Good day, friends. My name is Vinod Yadav, and I'm working as Head of Infrastructure Support Services at Path Infotech. I have been working in Oracle Technologies for more than 20 years. First of all, I would like to thanks to all of you for taking time and joining us in this webinar. These are unsettling times, and COVID-19 is clearing impacting our personal and professional lives. I want to wish you and your loved ones safe passage through this difficult period. Today I'm going to discuss about My Oracle support, often known as MOS. In fact, Oracle support is quite vast, but today we are going to look into some of the areas which often interest to all of us. Before we start, there is a quick poll just to understand about the participants we have right now. We just need your few seconds to participate in this poll. Shirley, could you help me?
Of course, Vinod. There will be a poll on your screens right now. Please take a moment to answer the question. Thank you so much, everyone. Vinod, you may please proceed.
Yeah, thanks, Shirley. Thank you very much for participating in this poll. So we have a mixed profile of participants today. We have developers, we have DBA managers, as well as the IT heads. I'm sure that all of us have used Oracle products and experienced My Oracle support in some shape and form. Today, we will cover the main features of MOS and in more structured manner. We will start from a point where you have just bought an Oracle product and received your support identifier. You now want to start using MOS. We will talk about user management, user knowledge base to learn as well as troubleshoot issues, using SRs to get support from Oracle. We will also be covering some of the best practices in each of these areas. First step to start using MOS to create a user. For that, you need to go to MOS website, which is support.oracle.com. The MOS homepage looks like here on top right hand corner. You have the new user registration link. Click on this link to register yourself. If you are the first user for this CSI, then you will automatically become the administrator for this CSI. In case someone is already assigned as the administrator, he or she will be sent the notification to approve your user request. Once your request is approved, you can sign to MOS. After you log in, you will see what is known as user homepage. This page is customizable. Major tabs available on this page are like dashboard, knowledge base, service requests, patches and updates, community, certification, and more. Most of us are familiar with this page. I just want to emphasize that you can actually customize this page by adding or removing the sections as per your preferences. One tab that most of us don't use but can be very useful for quick resolution for our problems is the collector tab. In the collector tab, you can download the Oracle Configuration Manager. This can be installed on your Oracle home. The collector collects the diagnostic usage information about Oracle product you are using, and this information can be used for proactively suggesting patches and updates as well as for troubleshooting problems when you are raising an SR with Oracle support. So before moving to the next section, we just need a quick poll. Shirley,
Of
you
course,
have me?
Vinod. Everyone, you'll have another poll on your screens right now. Please take a minute to answer the questions. Thank you so much, everyone. Vinod, please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, everyone. So we will now talk about the user management. In our experience, we have seen that the people just create one user on MOS, but you can create as many as users you want. You can allocate different rights to different users. For example, a DBA might be given to raise the SR as well as download patches. A functional user might be given rights only for search and learn the knowledge base. For user management, select the More tab and then Settings. You need to go to Oracle Support Identifier and select CSI for which you want to manage the users. If you see this screen on the left hand side, you can define the default access rights for any user created under this CSI. On the right hand side is the list of current users. You can select and modify the same. Add a new user, click on the add button. There are times when you are giving access to some temporary users, for example, maybe contract users or consultants working on some of your projects for you or your organization. These are users who need access for a defined period of time only. For these types of user, Oracle provide an option to set the termination date. You can enter the termination date either at the time of creating the user or maybe later on by changing the privileges of that user. The screen looks like below. This is a new feature of MOS introduced by Oracle, especially to automatically take care of termination of user accounts. This is also a requirement in information security standards. The user will receive email notification regarding the account expiration before it is expired. These notification usually comes 3 to or even 1 week before the account expire. Now, we will talk about some of the best practices for user management. CUA, which is Customer User Administrator, is the most important user account in MOS. It is highly recommended to create at least 2 CUA role for every CSI. This helps in case one of the CUA user suddenly quits the organization. You should always plan to have the 2 CUA. Therefore, in case one of the CUA quit, you should immediately assign the CUA role to another person. And you can do this by adding new user or using the existing user too. We have already talked about the importance of termination date and creating multiple users. As discussed earlier, you should create as many as user required on MOS. The MOS portal is not just a troubleshooting resource, it can be used for learning as well by giving access to the MOS to your users. You are enabling them to use MOS on their own, reducing their dependency on DBA and IT administrator. One of the first features that users start using on MOS is knowledge base. On the home page, There are multiple ways of searching the information. Most commonly used is the global search bar. You just type your question or the keywords about the information you are looking for, and then just press enter or the search icon. Global search, while good for searching the general information, but sometimes result can be too broad and may give you too many results. A better practice is to use the knowledge-based frame and restrict the search by selecting the product or product family. This search is more specific and is likely to give you more close results. In case you do not get the desired information, you can broaden the search by selecting multiple sources, and you can also narrow down the results further by defining your platform and product versions. One more feature which a lot of us miss out is the search additional Oracle sites button. Using this button, you can expand the search to other Oracle sites like OTN or Oracle.com or education sites and many more. Oracle provide a host of diagnostic tools and scripts which can be used to troubleshoot problems in your environment. All these tools can be accessed from the diagnostic tool catalog. To access the diagnostic tool catalog, search for document ID on MOS. The number is 5593339.1. This one page provides links to multiple diagnostic tools for various Oracle products. Some of these diagnostic tools are used by Oracle support to resolve your issues. You will, and we will discuss about one of the tools here. Most of the DBAs have heard about an Oracle error called Aura 600. If you look at the top of the rightmost column, there is a tool to check Aura 600 error issue and its resolution. Apart from this, we will also have another webinar about Oracle diagnostic tools in details, which you can attend later on. Now, search for document say 153.788.1 for Aura 600 or even Aura 7445 or Aura 700. These are some critical errors, or say usually comes when there is some issue with the Oracle kernel itself. So what you need to do is you just enter the first argument of the error in the tool as well as your database version. You can then press the lookup error button to search for known solution for the issue. In case you do not get any results, you can either do a general search, or if you have the trace file available, then you can copy and paste the first few lines of the stack trace and then search. Similarly, other diagnostic tools can be used depending on your requirement. Most of these tools have documentation available on how to use them. So friends, in case if you have any question, please enter your question in the chat window. We will take this question at the end of the session. And right now there is a small poll. Shirley, could you help me?
Of course, Vinod.
Yeah.
Everyone, there's another poll on your screens now. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Shirley. And thank you, everyone. Although a lot of issues can be resolved by using Oracle knowledge base, Still, there can be issues which require Oracle support help, maybe due to complexity of the issue or urgency of the issue or sometimes even a business impact. For these issues, we need to raise a service request with Oracle support. One of the first and the best practice while raising the service request is to be proactive. What we mean by the proactive is you should have all the relevant information handy before you start raising an SR with Oracle. The information required would be what problem you are facing, which product you are using, error codes if there is any, serial number of the hardware issues, environment name for cloud issues, and if you have any trace file, log files, or even sometime you might be running some diagnostic tools and you have output of those diagnostic tools that you can upload. So you need to have all that information with you before raising the SR. So when you have to create an SR, click on the service request tab page and then click create technical SR. In case if you can't find create technical SR option, then check your privileges and you can discuss this with the CSI administrator as well. Now in step 1, apart from describing the problem you are facing, it is important to define the severity of the issue. Please be aware that not all issues are severity 1 issues. Also, when you raise a severity 1 issue, your involvement in resolving the same is as much as required as the support engineer. The severity should be defined based on the business impact of that issue. When you are raising an SR, it asks for information about the product and platform, etc. You can save time by using a previously created SR template or an existing SR. One of the best practices is to create and save SR template for your production and systems. This will help you in raising an SR faster at the time of an issue in your production system. Now, so depending on the problem and the product used, you may get the guided resolution screen where Oracle support will ask additional questions to understand the exact nature and area of the problem. Answering these questions properly improve the resolution time of your problem. MOS will run an internal search on its knowledge base based on the problem statement and its detail provided by you. The result of this search is shown to you as probable solution. Although you may have already done a knowledge base search before raising your SR, but as a best practice, we recommend that you should go through these solution, and in case you find a solution, a suggestion, which you have not tried for resolving the problem, you should try this solution before raising the SR. If the solution works, it can reduce your resolution time. As I mentioned earlier, you should be ready with any trace or log file or diagnostic files that can help Oracle support to analyze and resolve your problem. On this screen, you can upload all the required files, but in case of the file is more than 2 GB, Oracle provide an FTP solution and its location to upload these large files. How to upload large files is documented in a MOS document. That number is 1547088.2. When you raise a severity 1 issue, Oracle support works 24/7 to resolve it. You need to provide a primary contact detail for Oracle to contact to get more information from you. It is also expected that you will work with Oracle support 24/7 till the issue is resolved. You need to also provide your manager and secondary contact details to contact in case Oracle support engineer is not able to contact you or say the primary contact. And one of the best practices, in case you do not want Oracle support to work 24/7 on this issue, then you can disable this option. Once you have raised the SR, the status of SR keeps changing depending on the work being done. It is very important to understand the status code. Whenever the status changes to one of the customer end code, you need to immediately check the SR and take appropriate action timely manner. Please remember that when the action is pending on customer side, Oracle engineer is no longer working on your SR. So you need to provide whatever information or action support engineer has asked for and as soon as possible. In case you are not satisfied with the response or time being taken to provide solution, you can escalate your SR. Reason for escalation can be to get Oracle management attention for your issue. And when you are starting a new project, for example, doing a database upgrade, one of the best practices to inform the Oracle support by using management attention process, projects and its timeline and the business impact. This helps when you raise an SR during this project. Now, as a best practice, so now let's look into the some of the best practices while raising a service request. It is very important to provide all the relevant information to support engineer proactively. Also, don't forget to set the correct severity while mentioning the correct business impact to get the proper attention from Oracle support. As a best practice, to look for knowledge base for existing known issues and solution provided there. And you can also keep checking your SR for updates and provide correct and timely information to Oracle support. In case of severity 1 SR, keep your team engaged with SR to take immediate action and respond to Oracle as soon as possible. Also, in case you do not, you don't I'll say you don't hesitate to escalate the SR if you are finding any challenge while working with Oracle support. One of the reason for your issue can be a known bug for which Oracle support will recommend a patch to be installed. To search and download patch, you need to go to the patches and updates tab page from Oracle homepage. There are various options available for you to download the patches and updates. If you know the bug number, then you can get the fix by just entering the bug number. However, if you want to check the bug fixes for a product, then you can search the fixes by entering the product name, its version, and the platform. Apart from that, you can also search recommended patches for a specific product too. So there are a lot of options on this patches and update page which you can use anytime. So friends, there is a one more poll here. Shirley, could you help me?
Of course, Vinod. Another poll on your screens right now, everyone. Please take a moment to answer. Thank you so much, everyone. Vinod, please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, friends. So there are times when you will be installing some new systems in your environment or planning to do some upgrades. While doing the project planning, you would require to list down the products and their certification. So one of proactive method is to avoid issues and get quick help in case if you face an issue, is to ensure that you are using a certified combination of the products. For example, your database version is certified to run on a specific version for your operating system. To check which product version is certified with what platform, you can use the certification tab page. Now you can select the required product and its version and then just press the search button. We'll get the list of various platform and what all versions are certified there. Once you search certification detail for a product, this will give you various other details and you can further narrow down it by selecting a required section. Further, it will give you details, detailed support notes and all required information for the certification. Apart from using My Oracle support on your desktop, you can log in same on your smartphone. Actually, for that, you don't need any app to download. What you have to do is just you need a browser on your mobile, on your smartphone, something like say Chrome. And as usual, you type the support.oracle.com. And actually, this is not the one screen. Here I have displayed three different screens on one page. So the first page, when you type support.oracle.com, that will look like the leftmost section on this page, and you will get the sign-in option. And the center one, where you can give your user ID and password, and then just press the sign support or say the MOS. On the third section or the rightmost one, you will get the home page. So this is slightly different from the desktop version, but you will get most of the things you need as a DBA or even the system administrator or a support engineer. So you have the knowledge base, you can see the service request, even you can create the new service request. So there are various options available to manage your MOS from your mobile. So from friends, that's it from my side. Thank you very much for joining us in this series of webinar.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be seeing you next time. Good day, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.